What's going on? Back plugged in again with your boy the Prophet. And so today, man, we got a really special video for you guys. I'm going to be debunking this whole range collision versus melee collision situation. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and smack that bell notification. Even share this bad boy on Reddit, because man, this should be the end-all be-all range collision versus melee collision video. I've got the perfect units. I've got the perfect scenario. We about to get it popping. Hope you guys enjoy the content. Let's get it lit. Drop. Shit.
I kept it the same, no, I never changed. The niggas, they think I got cheat codes. I came in the game, they don't want my name. The niggas around me, my people. Yes, I got a feeling, a wonderful feeling when I'm in the building in beast mode. These niggas be capping, they really be acting, they ain't really bad it, I'm lethal. Say that you packing, but I see you lacking, so I get them gone finito.
Back plugged in again. Alright, you guys, so we already know most of this stuff as far as stats and skills go. What a lot of people don't know is about the collision of your attacks. We see that his first is a 700 range type with range collision. You see the collision down there, says range 700 radius. So what range collision is your damage is based off of the projectile. So when you fire this projectile, it's going to push enemies back, and it's going to essentially drag them back rather than keeping the enemies in place and just pumping out the max amount of damage in an instant. Okay, so with range collision, you have a potential to get higher damage on maybe one target, but the rest of them aren't going to take significant damage. Okay, so right there, pretty average. And for this video, we are only going to be using our normal attack and our first strong attack. That is it. So for all three characters are going to follow the exact same rules. Only normal attack and the strong attack 1. Okay, so I mean, right here we're already off to a pretty sloppy start, working with the range collision. So, and just because you're a ranged character doesn't mean that you have to have range collision. So I'm going to show you guys an example of that after I get all this done. But as you can see, when you, so the first hollows, like, okay, so basically all of them but the chunky mobs, they should really all die with the first strong attack. Like these guys here should literally be the only ones that stay alive after a perfectly planted first strong attack. But with the range collision, if you drag them back, you might you know, one shot one of these guys, but then you're left to clean up the rest of the mobs with your normal attack. Oh my Jesus, damn it! That okay? Well, I mean, honestly, I'm not even going to trip, because this is literally like, dude, what the fuck, man? Ah, shit. Okay, bruh, like, yeah, man, the damage is just massively inconsistent. Even with that, you still got those guys that are left. Let's see here, and we're already up to like almost 400 hits, mind you. So range collision is going to build up more hits generally. Come on, kill this dude. Okay, so this is where our range collision is going to actually help out a bit. We should be able to kill this boss in 2 perfectly, there it is, yeah, it should be 1 more perfectly placed strong attack. Okay, so that was actually the best case scenario for range collision. 1 boss that's gonna just 202, that is horrible. Okay, so we're gonna jump into the second character of the video, which is the swimsuit Halibel. She has a projectile first strong attack, but it is melee collision, and she is a melee character. So melee collision, radius 725, and melee collision. So the only difference in her first strong attack, other than over Eisen's, is that he has 700 radius, she has 725, slightly more. I mean, you're really not going to notice that much, but the hugest comparison is range collision versus melee collision. And Eisen is range collision, Halibel is melee collision. So I'm going to be able to point out exactly what the boom. Okay, so we just completely nerfed 7 mobs with that 1 hit instantaneously, dude. This is all like, okay, if she pew ripped them. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, bro. This is what I'm saying. Oh man. Oh lordy. This is already a massive difference. Like, you don't have to tell me. I know. Trust me. Line them up. This is insanity. Okay. Mind you, this character. Okay. Now see, I feel like for some reason Aizen. I mean, I know what's in the data mine stuff, but like, I feel like Aizen would have hit some of these mobs. So I would say between Aizen and Halibel, I feel like he actually has more AoE. With beam attacks, the range that it goes is going to be 2,500 radius. So basically, it eclipses the distance of the screen times 2.5. So what you're seeing is that 700 number represented for the radius is actually the width of the beam, right? So it doesn't show you how long it is, it just shows you the width, being 700 versus 725. But that's one strong attack. Okay, okay, 2 strong attacks. All right, we gotta dodge a little bit here, and then 3. So melee collision is gonna take isn't gonna do as much damage on bosses, and but that doesn't mean it's not good against bosses. It's just gonna do not as much damage in the perfect situation as range collision. Okay, so getting into our third and final unit of this particular video, we're gonna look at the mine version of Koga. This unit is a absolute beast. Okay, ranged, first strong attack, 870 radius with melee collision. So he has a ranged first strong attack with melee collision. Okay, that is a thing, guys. That is a thing, and it's going to play a huge difference in the actual playstyle of the character compared to Aizen. Both of them being ranged even, and like I was saying, sometimes with range collision, you're gonna get more damage on like a boss. Range collision is mostly good for just pushing back bosses, but dude, if you already have a beam attack, you don't need to push the boss back. You can just launch it from like across the map, let him drop that strong attack. So that was the same exact thing that Halibel did, basically. Okay, but yeah, you don't need to push the boss back. You can launch that strong attack from beyond full screen to where the boss can't even affect you anyways. So the biggest, range collision is going to push back bosses, you can literally just launch that attack from like off the screen anyways. Like, that's what I do anyways. So Koga is absolutely destroying this. Boom, absolutely wrecked that. For whatever reason, it seems like Halibel is actually clearing the bigger mobs with her first strong attack. Yeah, so no one else was actually doing that. I may have to look back, but the thing is that you're getting the exact same damage output out of every single strong attack at every single point. You don't need to push a mob off of a wall. You don't need to do anything crazy like that. You literally just launch a strong attack and it's going to map everything that it can. Now right there, I tried to break I tried to just land like 2 normal attack hits. See right there, I could have probably used the first strong attack as well, but just to leave it charged for the next room. So what you notice versus range collision and melee collision, the damage is exactly the same every single time. So we're just gonna wipe him. So he would have took 3 first strong attacks as well, just like Halibel. And let's take a look at his clear time. So our clear times were 202, 131, and 128. Okay, so Aizen cleared 30 seconds slower than units that are on his level as far as stats and skill directly comparison. The only difference was range collision versus melee collision. As well, when you have a range collision attack, you're going to drop that strong attack and it's going to push mobs back. So if your strong attack could have just nerfed 2 waves, the first wave and then the wave underneath without moving anyone, that's going to be better because it's going to give you a cleaner clear time. you know, chasing enemies and using normal attack to finish them, being one shot here and there, knocking them all over the place and chasing them. That is an extremely slow playstyle. And with the feature of Transcendence, the more damage you have in your strong attacks, the faster you can move on. So with the transcended character like Aizen, you're going to be losing a lot of time versus a max transcended character that has melee collision. Hope this was educational, man, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you share the video. Somebody share it on Reddit, please. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave all comments in the comment section. Love y'all. I'm out this mother.